So Andrew, you head up our 4-strong commercial agency team. What sort of issues have they had over the last 12 months? I know it's been a sort of interesting one for that team.
Well, 12 months ago today, it was inquiries, getting people to come and speak to us. That's very much shifted now to the age-old issue of stock and actually getting the products onto the market. It's okay the people we're talking to and the people who are talking to their agents, but I would dread to think that there's people out there who are thinking, actually, I'm not going to sell my property at the moment because we're in a pandemic, it's not a good time. It's absolutely not, John. It's a super time to sell. We're seeing that with the interest rates, but it's also a good time to let, and that's across both sectors, office and industrial, and in all sub-markets. So please come speak to us or speak to your agent. And I think going forward, we just want to grab those inquiries and make sure we've got somewhere within the county for them to go to.
Obviously, a lot of other departments in GJS Dillon. I know you worked very closely with the asset management team, and I know they were very busy, weren't they, back in March, April and May last year, just dealing with sort of sensitive issues of, you know, my tenant's not paying rent. A really useful department to be working with. What sort of issues did you see coming out when the pandemic first hit us sort of last year?
I think, speaking on behalf of my management colleagues, they've certainly had a steep learning curve this year with regards to, we didn't think we'd be in a situation where a lot of occupiers would say, I can't pay my rent, and they dealt with that very well. I think, speaking to our mutual clients, for example, we're sat in one such building today, GJS Dillon do manage the porcelain work site. Its lessons learnt have been having that quality asset manager or that quality property manager in place has maintained income streams, and they have those conversations. They managed to make adjustments to people's rent if needs be, and adjusted it back when times are good. But also managing a quality product to actually bring comfort to occupiers, to say, look, you're moving into this building, it's well managed, we've got our own property management team who run a solid service charge, and giving those occupiers confidence to say, right, I know what my costs are going to be. I know that I've got someone to call if there is a problem. I know that we've got someone on our side as well as the landlord's side. So that team's just done amazing things over the past 12 months, and I'd encourage anyone who owns commercial property certainly to speak to our management team, to sort of, one, listen to their advice over the past 12 months, and two, just see how they can help over the next 12 and beyond.
I agree, and I think the other team that I've been noticed has been very busy is the valuation team, the building surveying team as well. But the valuation team, I know, is providing updates for bank lending institutions, SIPs. I think that's a massive growth area, and they seem to be sort of incredibly busy, which is encouraging. So yeah, it's nice that you've got access to those other teams, and as you say, it's good that people feel they can approach us for any sort of advice on commercial property, whether it's office, industrial, or indeed retail, which is, I know, an area that you do touch upon, really. But so let's finish up with some predictions. Who'd have thought that over the last 12 months that actually office take-up would have been better than the previous year? Quite amazing. But Andrew, what's your sort of predictions for that office market, first of all, going forward?
Sat 12 months ago when we're all at home, enjoying the same sunshine we've got today, you'd have thought, what a year this is going to be for offices, but actually completely contrary to what we thought. The data from the report is showing that we've actually had not a bad year. I think going forward, I know our employees at GJS Dillon are saying, I want to get back to the office, I want to get to see people again. I think that's going to be the message going forward. The office market's not going to be the same. It's not going to be people in one big chicken coop of an office working every day, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I think it is going to be more of a hybrid model, but certainly those office hubs will come forward where you perhaps have skeleton staff and people dropping in, and actually as a county we need to be well poised for that with our geography, where we are within the country, where we are with our infrastructure. So I think as a county we're well placed going forwards to cater for that new model. We just need to make sure we've got the good quality space for those people to come to.
Okay, and so same question really for predictions for that industrial warehouse market, which is, you know, to me just seems to be going from strength to strength. So what do you think is going to happen in the future?
As we've heard today, that market's being done very well in the county. We're doing it for the large scale occupiers and at those game changer sites. We're also doing it for the smaller scale occupiers across other sites, across every sub-market. I think predictions going forward is the strength of that e-commerce market just going from strength to strength, but also hopefully seeing a few more manufacturing businesses wanting to be in the county and wanting to take advantage of our workforce, but also the support that we get from Worcester Business Central, from the LEP and other bodies such as those.
Okay, so I know our report historically is always well read by public sector. What sort of messages would you like to get out this year? What are the things that are really important to you, frontline, dealing with that sort of commercial space? What issues do you feel that you need to get across to that public sector reader?
One thing the numbers have demonstrated this year, John, is demand. The demand is there. So we need more space and we need more quality space, particularly in that industrial market. So my message to the public sector bodies is thank you for your support, but please let's continue to bring these commercial sites forward. Let's look at those motorway junctions, look how we can utilise them. We're already seeing it being done well at one motorway junction, but we've got so many more within the county, including up round on the M42 and down the M50. So let's make sure that the allocation between residential and commercial development land is done right. Let's make sure when it is done and when that commercial allocation is allocated, make sure it's actually followed through and doesn't deviate from that path. So just give us the quality space and it will sell, it will let. We've seen that over the past year.
It is our 10-year anniversary year, and we decided during the pandemic to actually set up a new department, which is our newly formed residential survey and valuation team. Incredibly busy at the moment, working throughout the county, Worcestershire, Shropshire, Warwickshire, dealing with house surveys, all types of property. Who could have seen how big it would have been over the last 4 or 5 months, and set to continue. So a really busy team there and another useful department within GJS Dillon. But I hope everybody's enjoyed what we've done this year, and I hope everybody will enjoy the report. A really good read, and we'll continue to do this in subsequent years. So please contact the team if you'd like a copy, a hard copy of this year's report. You can download a copy from the website. It is a useful read, and come and speak to us. We love speaking to businesses. So we've got a whole range of different services and specialities here at GJS Dillon. So just come and chat to us. If you've got any issues whatsoever, whether it's on tenants not paying rent or